How many times have you died? Not physically. You're obviously still here, but think about this. The 5-year-old version of you no longer exists. Neither does a teenager who thought they had life figured out, or the person you were 10 years ago. They're gone, replaced by someone new, which raises a strange question. How many versions of you have already died? The illusion of being the same person. It feels like you've always been you. There's a continuous thread connecting every moment of your life. But is that actually true? Think back to your earliest memory. Maybe you're 5 years old, maybe younger. That child looks different, thought differently, believed different things, wanted different things. If you met that child today, would you even recognize each other? Or would they feel like a completely different person? Your brain is constantly rewriting you. Here's something fascinating. Your memories aren't permanent. Every time you remember an event, your brain rebuilds it. Tiny details change, emotions shift, some memories fade, others become stronger. Even the story you tell yourself about who you are changes over time. In other words, the person remembering your childhood today isn't the same person who actually lived it. Your body has changed. Now consider your body. Most of the cells that made up your body years ago have already been replaced. Your skin, your blood, your bones, even parts of your brain are constantly changing. You don't have the same body you had as a child. You don't even have exactly the same brain. Yet somehow you still say, "This is me." So what exactly is you? Every major decision creates a new person. Imagine two versions of your life. In one, you accepted a job. In another, you turned it down. One conversation, one relationship, one missed flight, one decision, and your entire future changes. The person you become after those choices can be completely different. Perhaps identity isn't fixed. Perhaps every important decision quietly ends one version of you while beginning another. Think about someone you haven't spoken to in years. The version of you that laughed with them only existed during that chapter of your life. When the relationship ended, that version of you disappeared too. The same is true for schools, homes, jobs, friendships. Every chapter creates a different person, and every ending quietly says goodbye to someone you'll never be again. Not because they died, but because you changed. Maybe that's what growing up really is. We often think of growing older as adding years, but perhaps it's something else. Perhaps growing up is a continuous process of letting old versions of yourself go. The child who feared the dark, the teenager who needed approval, the young adult who worried about fitting in. None of them vanished overnight. They slowly faded as someone new took their place. So, how many versions of you have already died? No one knows. Maybe dozens, maybe hundreds. Every belief you've changed, every fear you've overcome, every dream you've outgrown, each one marks the end of another version of yourself. Perhaps that's why nostalgia feels so powerful. You're not only remembering places, you're remembering people. People who once existed and who happen to be you. And maybe the person reading this today will one day become another memory for the version of you that's still waiting to be born.